Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Today we are going to be talking about organisation, specifically key organisation and slimming things down. Now it's been quite a while now. I feel almost, I preach about this quite a lot, that slimming stuff down really is the future. I've gone down to a minimalist wallet. I've started kind of using pocket organisers as well, which are great to be able to keep everything together. But also what I've gone to is organisation with your keys and being able to slim those down. So what we are here today is to look at the Ekster, this is in focus, the Ekster key holder. So this is another great little tool, I suppose, or it's something that you can use to keep your keys so that they're all together, nice and organised in your pocket, with an extra thing. So I run 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week, and I hate having keys in my pocket. But you have to take your car key with you, else you're not going to be able to lock your car. I always wanted a solution that I could take my key and my car keys apart. Now, I mean, I could just undo this and just take my car key, but then what would I connect it to? But using magnets, these just magnetize together. So this has been really useful for me, because being able to take the two apart when I go for a run is super useful. So what I'll do is I'll turn the camera around. We'll have a closer look at the Ekster key holder. Better luck. Also, if you're watching today, it's June the 20th, which is Father's Day all around the world. So stay tuned to the end for a special message to all the dads out there. Oh, I wasn't going to stop there, was I? I'll turn the camera around so that we can have a look. While I'm doing that, if you like it at any point, then please feel free to hit like or subscribe, and yeah, let's turn the camera around. So here is the Ekster key holder in all of its glory. It really is a tiny thing. In fact, just to prove how small it is, when they send it to you, it comes in this small little box, which is really nice, very understated. Simple black box with a sleeve on the inside. So down this small left hand side here is where this part of that was in, and then the right hand side had this back bit with the ring on there. So I mean, it's tiny. It's like an old-fashioned matchbox. I don't know around the world, but here in the UK, old-fashioned matchboxes always used to look like this. Still probably do, actually. I just don't buy very many matches. And then on the inside, there are some simple instructions. I like the theme with this. I mean, it's black with white ink. I mean, that just looks really cool, but it just gives you some information on simple setup, how to use, and as far as setup is concerned, it really is simple with this. Now, what I'll do is I'll separate this bit off and we'll look at this bit. I suppose we can look at this bit first. But inside here, this is made from aluminium. It's all made from aluminium. It is the 6065, 6063 aerospace aluminium. So it's very light and very tough. And then on the end, you also have a ring that you can put things onto. Now, rather than being one of those split rings where you have to pry them apart, instead they've managed to make this so if you want to get extra keys on here, you can force them apart or you can pull them open, but it's really quite tough. I've had my car key on here, this battered old Peugeot key. I've had it on here all this time. I've never worried that this split will open up, and then I've got one of those trolley tokens. Old lady called Elaine fleeced me. She fleeced me for £1. She gave me back a trolley and it got this in it, and she stole my £1. I'll find you, Elaine, one day, and I'll probably give you a token back, although I quite like it. So that's this part. But this part here itself, so what you've got is it's almost two little L's that are held together by this one screw part, and what you do is, so if I unscrew this, let's just do this now. I'm doing this on camera hoping that I don't drop it, because that's just a bit you have to get used to. So this is the bit that clamps it together and holds it in place to make sure that your keys don't move. While we're talking about this, one of the things with this is the thread in there is so small, so tiny, that when you're trying to put it together, you do, personally, I do worry about getting those threads crossed. Just put that to one side. And then in here, if I open this, so there is a female, here is the male. You push the two together and then that holds the keys in place. And then on both sides, you have one of these pressure washers to hold it together as well. On the top of this bit, if you can see there, hopefully you'll be able to see there's a bit of knurling on it. And then on the underside of this part, there's a bit of knurling as well. So when you push these two together, that knurling bites together. In fact, if I do this, hopefully you can hear that grinding against. So to put them together, you just have to push them in, squeeze it, and then do this little job. If I grab these again, this bit, hopefully you can see through there, this bit comes in, which you hold against the underneath, and then you have to screw this in. I'm trying to do this. It's, like I say, it's just a little bit worrisome because I've done it a few times and it feels like you're getting it feels like you're crossing the threads. But what they've done is they've put a little piece of plastic on the inside so that way it guides it in a little bit better. But when you're putting it in at an angle, sometimes it really does feel like you're doing it wrong. So again, all I'm doing is just pushing that in, tightening it up, and then there you go. So where you find with some key organizers you need an Allen key or you need a coin or anything like that to hold it together, with this, it's all part of this top screw, which then holds onto that bottom bracket and again pinches it all together. Make sure that's nice and hand tight. And this part becomes is the male to the female, and if you can see here, so this bit is milled from aluminium, and then on the inside that's where they've been able to put the magnet, so that then just clips into there, and it all just works. It's really clever how they've done it. It's very simple. If there was anything that I'd change about it, and I don't really know how you could engineer this into it, it would just be that when you really do have to pinch these two together to stop these. So if you didn't get it too tight, you could have these jangling around quite a bit. But there's very little extra pressure that you can put on those without really squeezing these together that much. Generally, I only carry 4 keys. Sorry, birds just landed in the garden and the dogs just tried to attack it. I only carry 4 keys. Now on the Ekster website, it says you can hold between 3 to 7 keys with this. If you're holding 3 keys in here, in the box, you do get some extra washers. Now these are plastic washers, so you do get some extra washers, but when I've been carrying this with 4 keys, the keys are very loose. They are very, very loose. No matter how hard you push it together, you can't get enough pressure to stop them from jangling around too much. I ended up putting in 2 extra washers and they still moved around a little bit. Now I happen to have my front door key to my mum and dad's house that they've changed the door twice since I've used this, but I thought for nostalgia's sake I'll put that in the middle. Now that there's 5 keys on there, there's hardly any wiggle in it. When it's in your pocket, you don't have to worry about them flying around. So if you only carry, I'd say 4, although you can do it at a pinch with 4, it still works. I've carried it with 4, but there is still a little bit of wiggle, or it's easy for them to wiggle around. You can do. If you only carry 3 keys, I'm really not sure that this is the best solution for you guys. What is also available on the Ekster website, I think you can get them on Amazon as well, is you can have an extra bit that goes in here. And that you can use as a key finder. It's one of these Bluetooth style keys. That's my neighbour just having a sneeze. Oh, that was a big sneeze. So you can put that in there. I think it's also got like a little light on it, so if you need to find where you put your front door key in, if you struggle with that sort of stuff, it's there as well. So the Ekster key holder, they've done a great job, they really have. What they've been able to do is been able to strip back a lot of the bulk that you get with some key organisers, to be able to make something that is functional but still also looks really good. It does the bare essentials, and that's really what you want for something, especially if you're after something for a minimal style carry. It does the job. It's easy to have your keys in there to fan those out, and it works. It stops that jangle while it's in your pocket, giving it that really nice, sleek, minimalist look. Plus, with the big deal for me is the fact that, you know, with that magnet there, you can pull them apart really easily. So if you do want to separate them, as I mentioned, you know, when I'm running, I like to just take my car key. So you can take those out. When you're back, you can put them back together. The magnet on here is pretty strong. It's not the strongest. However, the way in which the male section fits into the female section there, and it's quite tight, it reduces some of the torque that you get that would then pry or pull the two magnets apart. So I think they have done a really good job of this. Now what I'll do is I'll leave some links in the description below. If I can find some, they may be affiliate links. If you choose to use those, it just means that my channel gets a small kickback. It's through to no extra cost to yourself. So I'll leave some of those in there. As usual, I'll leave some of my social media links below as well, and you know, the usual like, subscribe, share, and the last little thing is, if you're watching this, it's the 20th of June 2020 or 2021, or I don't know, next year as well, then today is Father's Day. So to all of the dads out there, you're doing a great job being around your children, strong role male model, and you know, all of that kind of thing. So it's very rare that men get to celebrate a day like this. Even International Men's Day is now not recognized by the United Nations. So you're doing a great job, keep it up. Also, to some of the ladies out there, for whatever reason that dad's not around, it would be wrong not to say that there are some ladies out there doing very good jobs of being a dad as well. So let's celebrate today. Happy Father's Day, and to end, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC.